right at it.
Hear the hunger in my voice, they used to tell me to speak up. The problem was of what I was saying, they couldn't keep up. Instead of moving around with some patience, they tried to speed up. It got colder than a bitter bitch, found me a way to heat up. What's a favor for a favor if we all didn't make it? Kept it 100 with everybody, but they just gon' change. I ain't get caught up in the hype, cause I ain't feel like I made it. Couldn't picture me here now, but here's your moment to frame it. And I ain't never understand that self-entitlement spirit. I felt your vibe, I don't wanna get near it. Before I made the appearance, I took a second, took a look in the mirror. This God, Lord, the only thing that I fear. Y'all got me fucked up. It's all passion, it's tradition, it ain't fashion. It's no action, they make threats and it's still passing. I think massive, no respond, that's still tact. Y'all should quit rapping. Cheap shots, I'm cinematic. I ain't average, I'm an overthrow fanatic. How I go, you lose and win like asthmatic. I got first, that's automatic. I'm the best in my division. In the ghetto like the pigeons, in the hood like the engine. You a bird for that chicken. I don't fake split decisions cause my mind made up, nigga. We in the end of time, but my time ain't up. Now when I was young and running wild and wide-eyed like a cabbage patch, I had to get it as vivid, adapted to my habitat. It's certain shit I won't do, certain shit you can't prove. My shit sound like a payday, yours like more when the rent. If I had $1 for every dime you counted, I would be broke. Watch it be close, got a better chance, boxing the ghost. And they know I'm raw, and they know the squad, and I'm feeling large, still in charge. I don't make it follow, I follow the law. Standing tall like they hear on March. I just got a call from my bro, he behind the wall, he told me let it off. Niggas lying for some cat, I got a different line in me. Everybody intimidated, I got that God in me. You can focus on them dimes, I'd rather keep my nine with me. Help me get this off the ground, just know you won't fly with me now.
I try to make the news, I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' be the deal. And y'all out here looking like fool. Home with the truth, I ain't never had to choose.
I'm trying to get beamed up, man, y'all try to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up, man, y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up.
Yeah, don't have messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch me whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about any part. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zach, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shane Sharp. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Harper. Try to hold me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking notes. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them U.P.K rules. I'm making like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch me whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the counter when you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome.
boy. Hey, you know what time it is, nigga.
Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my nigga.
Shit. Yeah. I'm in you. Got my nigga Ramon with me.
But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor.
You know what I'm saying?
Under commanding general, your honor. That for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, make you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners, all them pussy niggas talk the shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we U.P.K, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm rippin'. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted, we hear the truth and reject it. But love is getting corrected, and all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
I know exactly what they want. I know exactly what they want. Just be patient. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me, y'all keep the fame. I want the glory, been that nigga, bitches never ignored me. Rich in spirit, little bitch can't afford me. Day one static, fix it with a 4G, red beam on it. You think I'm recording, kicking front doors, you try to backdoor me. We are not a gang, bitch, we an army. Book a den, you know I don't tell stories. Keep it 100 in the light, man, you niggas fake. Baby K name Adonis, mini Drake, clip curl, but somehow I can shoot it straight. Insta clip, I can shoot for a minute straight. Turn this to the Super Bowl if I need to. I can hit your chief up with an eagle. Set you up on the score, but they lied to you. Why you letting them niggas mislead you? My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow.
snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. You won't see it coming. I move like a crook, a thief in the night. So watch what you put. My aim precise. These bullets 12 inches long. A block away, I could take off the foot. Don't ask me no questions if you know my stance. Bitch, I'm the man, so thanks in advance. They mean a rifle on top of a tripod. If they ever tell you I was taking a stand, think I run up on me, but I'm way too advanced. Spinning with choppers, turn you into a fan. Can show you the steps, but won't hold your hands. They thought they could stop me, it ain't go as planned. How I get this far? Cause I took a chance. Really got ranked, keeping it a band. This ain't what you think, better think again. This ain't what you think, you better think again. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster.
Hey, Shalom, Yabashim Shabbat Thumb, to all the brothers, Yahweh Thumb, Bashim Yahweh, to all the sisters, priests, and officers, 500 Barak, Ya Allah, and y'all already know we back again. The Rise 1969 podcast, the best podcast throughout Canada. You understand? Right? And we have some good, interesting topics today. Bear with me. We're just going to wait for Mighty Priest, Officer 1000 Zabadja to jump in. You understand? And we'll see what we're going to talk about. We have with everything that's going on in the world. I mean, good night. I think ever since COVID, people thought that, after COVID is going to go back to normal. COVID is dying down, right? Life is going to go back to normal. Come to find out, Russia invaded Ukraine. China's threatening Taiwan. Was it last weekend? The Hamas said, listen, we're done being oppressed by the Jewish. We're done being oppressed by the Adam Sandler community. It's time to fight back, right? And tonight, life is not going back to what people called normal ever again, and it's about to get worse. We're gonna get into it in the few stories that we have today, right? Let me start with this article to show you that it's only going to get worse, and it's biblical. Like everything that's happening right now, has been prophesied in the Bible, and we've been telling you since 1969. But you don't want to listen. You just want to call us crazy niggas. You just want to call us crazy. Just say, we're a hateful people. That's whatever name you use to call us. You understand? You're just gonna realize that the ISUPK was never wrong. We were right from the get-go. We were right from the beginning. And you're gonna see that today. Let me just pull up this article. We're gonna start with this. Give me 1 second, bear with me. It's not letting me translate the article. No, so we're gonna start with a French article. I'm just gonna try to have it translated for y'all. If not, I'll just read it and I'll translate it for y'all. Give me 1 second. Anyone who wants to jump, anyone who has any questions or comments, put it in the chat. Waiting for Officer Baja. So I won't be sharing the article yet on the screen, but I'll read it for you. This article is from Martinique Première, a news outlet from Martinique, right? And it reads that poverty is gaining ground in Martinique. You know, Martinique, which is a French Caribbean island in the West Indies, right next to in between of Dominica and Saint Lucia. And ever since, I mean, it was owned by the French, who were the colonizers over there. And unlike the majority of the islands, they were never freed, quote unquote, freed from their shackles. We're still owned by the French, and they control the monopoly over there. And they play with the cost of life like it's a game, literally. You understand? One day a banana could cost you €2, which is the currency over there. The next day it could cost you €5. And they could bring it out to €3 the next week. Then they bring it back up to 5 or to €6. And that's how what we call beke, which is the slang that we have for the oppressors over there. That's how they do it. They control the monopoly of damn near everything on the island, to the point where it's more expensive to get fruits on the island from Martinique or Guadeloupe than to purchase them in France. France is cheaper to life is cheaper in, surprisingly, life is cheaper in France than in the French West Indies. And that's how crazy that is. That's what we say, that our oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. He is an evil beast. Him, his wife, his children, his dog, his cats, they are the most evil beast on the face of the earth. And everything that's going on right now is because they are, because they're monsters. Anyway, let's get into the article, right? It says 27% of the population of Martinique is living in poverty ever since 2020. Mind you, 27% is then you're 30% of the island, and the level of poverty is gaining ground, meaning it's rising. That 30% is about to go up to 40, 50%. And we already know when the people living in poverty over there, it's not descendants of the slave masters or the devils. It's Benjamites, just like me. You understand? Like, they want to complain about the crime rate and everything, but they're not helping the crime rate go down. They're actually helping it to rise. How? Because this is how bad they're oppressing us. Damn near a third, damn near Salak, not a third, but damn near 30% of the island is poor, is living under their means. Right? If I keep reading, So Jejen, a mother of 55-year-old, is living under 700 euros a month, and 2 baskets of 6 euros, thanks to the church. Good night. So the church is donating 6 euros a month just to help this mother from coping with poverty. See how crazy that is? We're just showing right now, the church cannot help you. The church is of no help. How are 2 baskets of 6 euros a month is going to help you? Like, you're living under 700 euros a month. Like, you have to pay for rent, you have to pay for groceries. Yeah, and she's a mother, meaning she has to pay for her kids, take care of the children, right? Whatever the case is, you have to pay for electricity. Yeah, we cannot even drink tap water over there. We have to pay for the water because our waters have been poisoned by the French until 1993 with a chemical called chlordécone, which is in the blood of most of the population in Martinique, right? And the church is telling y'all, yeah, listen, we're going to help you with 6 euros, 2 baskets of 6 euros, worth 6 euros a month. Is damn near telling Canadians, imagine the church in Canada, because we have a housing crisis, telling us, well, we're going to help you. Here's $5. Good night. 6 euros, no, 6 euros is damn near $10. Here's $10 for the month. That's damn near the equivalent of what the church is doing right now in Martinique. And that's how they claim to be helpful over there, right? Let me go down a bit. Let's read the article. So, So after 6 years of unemployment, her only income is about 607 euros. Good night. That's nothing. Plus, come to find out, you know, like they have the caucasity. I'm gonna say it like that. Not even the audacity. I'm gonna call it the caucasity. They have the caucasity to make us pay rent after 400 plus years of slavery. You know, the crazy part about this is that when slavery ended, right? I mean, good night. It had to end twice in the French West Indies. Why am I saying that? Because after Haiti freed themselves, the French deemed it illegal, you know, quote unquote illegal to own slaves whatsoever. They abolished slavery. I think what, a year or two later, Napoleon reinstated slavery in the French West Indies. So we had to abolish it twice. Not only that, after abolishing slavery, just like all throughout the Caribbean islands, throughout North Central South America, the slave masters and their descendants were compensated. That's how crazy it is. Like the slaves are not being compensated. The slave masters and their descendants got reparations. They were compensated after abolishing slavery because of the loss of income. That's why we're saying that the oppressor is an evil monster, has no compassion. And the crazy part is that we're the only people that is being told to forgive and forget, right? Adam Sandler's community is never going to forget the Nazis or forgive the Nazis. The Palestinians should not forgive Adam Sandler's community either for what's going on right now in the Middle East, which we're going to touch on, of course, right? The victim of sexual assault should not forgive the one who assaulted them. Imagine that. Do you see how crazy that sounds, that we have to forgive and forget when it comes to our oppressor? And we're the only one who is being told that. We're the only ones. Yet, they receive compensation after abolishing slavery, and 30% today, 30% and up. That's the level of poverty that is in Martinique right now. And we're not even only talking about Martinique, but there's half of Saint Barth, there's Saint Barth, Saint Martin, Guadeloupe, French Guyana, and that's only the French overseas department. We're not even talking about Jamaica. Good night, Jamaica. Haiti. Good night. Haiti is the poorest country in the, you know, so that 30% is not even 30% of Israelites. That's only 30% of the people in Martinique only. But what about the other islands? What about North, Central, and South America? Right? Let's keep that in mind. Let's not forget. And let's not forgive. The only people we should forgive is our own. The rest, the other nations, we should never forgive them. Like, you see, I don't know if y'all watch SHALAM on one. We have also one television budget. SHALAM on one. Y'all watch Shabbat.
Hey, Shalom, Barak. Yahbashim Shabbat. What's going on with you, Barak?
Hey, I was just going in on the article about the poverty in Martinique that's just gaining ground. Then near 30% of the population, which of course we already know is they're talking about Benjamites, not descendants of the slave master, is being struck with poverty and are living under their means. And it keeps going up, you know, which is why a lot of the population, especially the youths, are resorting to crime, because they see their parents, their mothers, their fathers struggling, and because they don't have the truth, they don't know how to deal with it. So what they do, they resort to crime, all sorts of things, you know. But I was basically touching on that, and also on how our president is such an evil bastard that after abolishing slavery, they're the ones who got reparations and compensation, while we ain't getting nothing. And that 30%, we're only talking about Martinique, but you know, poverty levels are rising throughout the Caribbean islands, North, Central, and South America. So that 30%, it's not even, you know, that's nothing compared. I'm not trying to downplay it, but that's nothing compared to the nation of Israel as a whole. Salaki, other one.
Right. Martinique, and that's a Caribbean island, right? And that
Kind of
Salakia, where is Martinique in the Caribbean exactly?
between Dominica and St. Lucia.
Oh, okay. I know about St. Lucia. St. Lucia, listen, all that Caribbean is a beautiful place, full with beautiful people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Now, as I recall, Martinique is still a part of a French colony. That's what you were saying earlier.
So half of Saint Martin, Saint Bart's, Guadeloupe, Martinique, and French Guyana are still owned by the French.
Right. And you're saying when slavery ended, that the French got reparations for the slavery they committed and for the genocide and slavery that they committed against the people. The French got reparations. That's what you were saying earlier.
Income.
Khan, that is very familiar, right? That is very familiar. Now look, what they're planning to do in Martinique is have it go the way of Haiti, right? If there's any resources, any oil, anything they could squeeze out of Martinique, right? Outside of just bananas, they're going to try to turn Martinique and the rest of the islands that you named into Haiti. You look at Haiti right now, Haiti freed itself and had to pay reparations or had to pay taxes still or a fine, as you would say, to the French, right? To the tunes of, I think, if not millions, billions of dollars, right? And Haiti was blockaded into signing that deal. They put a blockade in Haiti. Basically, nothing could go in or come out. When Haiti used to be the crown jewel of the West, right? It was the crown jewel of France, making a lot of money for France. Now, Martinique, you said, I remember a while back we were talking about the people in Martinique would be banana farming. They would be the ones picking the bananas for the French. Is this true?
Kawakan, amongst other things.
Right, and in that they were using a type of poison, you were saying?
Kawakan. So basically what the French did is that in Guadeloupe and Martinique, they use a pesticide with the chemical of chlordécone, which is highly cancerous, right? It's a carcinogenic pesticide, and they willingly used that pesticide in the islands until 1993.
So they used a pesticide willingly, a pesticide. Keep that in mind, though we're going to talk about this, right? France used a pesticide for bugs that was destroying the crops in Martinique, knowing it was cancerous, and they didn't care that blacks, Hispanics, or Native Americans, right, were going to suffer. They didn't care that the slaves that they owned were going to suffer and be terminally ill later on. Generations later, this is still affecting the people, the Benjamites in Martinique, right? As well as the other islands associated with France. All right, that is clear. The people of France did not care, and now the poverty level is on a rise, right? To a point where Barack is always telling me stories about the gang violence and the violence, right? And now listen, these brothers don't have the truth, so they see drugs and selling their sisters and whatever else other crimes they could commit as a way of life, trying to survive because they're starving. There's no economy. There's no food. It's pick bananas and die or go into the streets. And they're choosing the latter, right? This is because our oppressor is a devil, right? Our oppressor, he doesn't care about nothing, about anybody except for where he sleeps, where he can fill his gut, and what he could stick his rod into. That's the only thing our oppressor cares about. Right. And now our brothers and sisters are suffering. And what they need to do is they need to find Commanding General YAHANNA, right? Because the earth, as you can see, like you look at it, just watch the news for 10 minutes. The news has been entertaining. Listen, I got my popcorn right here. I've been going in with this popcorn. I got some coffee that I've been sipping on. I've just been watching the news because it's entertaining right now. For years, right? And Barack, he's sipping too. For years, we've been the entertainment, right? For years, we've been what everybody would watch on the news and say, "Look at those people." And now we get to, you'd see our mothers crying. Barack, how many years have we seen our mothers crying on the news? We've seen them crying for years, and now we're getting to watch the people who would watch us cry. We're watching them cry, right? Barack, you got an article on this Martinique story?
Khan, I was trying to open the article and translate it in English, but I'm just translating it because I can't manage to have it translated in the browser. You should have it in your email. I have it open right in front of me.
One second. Let's see if we can find it. The Martinique story.
It should be the first link that I sent to your email.
Yeah, let me see if I could translate it to
you should be able on the phone, on the computer it's different, but just to add on what you said, you know, especially with the Claude poisoning they did, it's this, you know, of course we're going to touch on another article which you know, we're going to correlate the two of them together, but it plays into the poverty. Why? Because besides the fishing industry, I mean,
right,
the fishing industry, exporting fruits whatsoever, is a big business in the Caribbean, and we're affected because since the land has been poisoned in that that pesticide could stay in the land for like damn near 200 years before it fades away. They stopped using it in 1993, and it takes about 200 years for it to fade away, which is the craziest part. So we're not the first choice where you need to import import fruits from the islands of Martinique and Guadeloupe. Not only that, France, I think a couple years ago, they passed a law that they were restricting the import of a variety of fruits specifically from Martinique and Guadeloupe. So they
were restricting it.
The people. Khan. So they banned imports from a lot of fruit specifically from Martinique and Guadeloupe. Right? There's a devil. He has a TikTok channel where he talks about different fruits. Khan.
Why were they banning the imports?
They haven't specified, but most really, when I look into it and I talk to some of the people, you know, besides them being devils, like they know a lot of our fruits, it's not the best quality of fruits because of the poison of chlordecone, and even the fruits that, you know, may not have been affected that much because there are different ways of growing vegetables and fruits. They're just devils, out of one.
So the fruits that are being picked out of Martinique, where are they going? Are they staying on the island? Are they going to other places?
They stay on the island.
Not taking it, but are they selling it?
They selling it, but they're not exporting it.
So they're selling it within the island.
Kanawakan.
Good night.
And it's a lockout, if I may. Some fruit are actually being imported from other places, and even from France.
So France is importing fruits into Martinique now,
amongst other things.
Good night. Well, listen, that we know our oppressor is a devil, right? Our oppressor is a devil. He's poisoned the people of Martinique after slavery, made themselves get reparations for the crimes they committed. That is wild. What you're telling me with this story, especially of the, I'm gonna give you a scenario, right? A man gets his car stolen. He goes to the police, gets the person who stole his car charged, right? Gets his car back, but in getting his car back, he has to go do the time for his stolen car instead of the criminal who stole the car. Now that's what it sounds like in France. and the Most High is watching. This is why these nations are gathering together to go to war. They got the hooks in them. They're being pulled into war. Even if they don't want to, they're going into war, right? World War III is in the midst. It's very close, which means it's a step closer for the salvation of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans by a Black man named who the world knows as Jesus Christ.
Salaki, if I may.
Khan.
Just to also illustrate the level of poverty and how much of, how evil these bastards are, right?
Right.
Let me go down into the article, because it speaks about a 55-year-old woman who's really struggling with about 600 euros a month.
All right, let's read some of this article, Barack.
When I go down, it says, the end of months of complicated just to catch up with the bills. She's basically saying that the people helping her are friends from time to time, that they help her from France. They send them goods whatsoever, but the goods that they're sending her is cheaper in France than in Martinique, which is the crazy part. Like, you would think in the Caribbean islands, life would be cheaper than in Europe, not in Martinique and Guadeloupe, because like I was bringing out earlier before you jumped in, the cost of living is higher in the islands than in France.
Right.
So again,
no,
because in France they have regulations that they have to respect. In Martinique, is damn near a free for all. Like they know, well, they have no overseers to report to in Martinique, so they get to play with prices, and no one can say anything about it because it's
right. What you're saying is the price of food in Martinique is up and down like the stock market. I remember when I was listening earlier, you said one day a banana could cost $2, can cost $5 the next day, which is crazy because in Toronto, one banana is 67 cents. It's like 50 cents for a banana up here, right? So for things to cost that much, you have to understand that if France can't have Martinique, the people of the Benjamites of Martinique and the natives of Martinique outrightly work for free, right? They got to get that slave money some other way, which means they're just going to price gouge the people of Martinique, and there's nothing they could do about it because the people of Martinique are slaves, right? And that's what everyone has to understand. France is a slave master, and the people of Martinique are still in slavery, right? There's a saying, and you could blame Christianity for what I'm about to explain to you right now. When you have a baby elephant and you put a chain around its neck as a baby, the elephant knows there's a chain around its neck. And if you keep that chain around that neck for a very long time and train the elephant, when you take the chain off, the elephant is still going to believe there's a chain on its neck, right? When it comes to Black people, we've been in captivity. The slave master took the chain off our neck, but we're still in captivity to this slave master.
Right.
And that's what's going on. But this is a good topic to segue into our next story, Barack.
Right? I have the article.
If you could read the next article we have, because it's to show you again, the Most High is not playing. He's not playing around when it comes to touching his people. Just like any parent would. Any parent, you look at the okay, Barack has a Rottweiler, right? Her name is Ruby. One day she's going to have puppies. And if you try to get near those puppies, she's going to tear your face off.
Lord be with you.
Right? Lord be with you. That's basic. That's basic instinct for the parent to protect the cub, the parent to protect the child, right? And the Lord, even though he set his children on punishment, right? He still didn't want the other nations to take that punishment as far as they did. And France has been extremely cruel to the people of Martinique. France has been extremely cruel and just a straight up monster to the people of Haiti, right? And now the Most High, he's angry with the Edomites from France, and he's setting judgment. He's taking revenge. Vengeance is the Lord's, right? So Barak has a story that we're going to read. Is going to go into what is happening in France right now, right? Because remember, France used a pesticide on the people of Martinique, knowing it was poisonous and cancerous, and didn't care. Right. So now let's see. Listen, again, this is an ironic story that we're going to go into. The Most High has a sense of humor. Right. When you read this story, you're going to figure out the Most High has a sense of humor, and he will take vengeance on you for messing with his people. Right. So we get to sit back and watch. Brock, you can go into that story anytime you want.
I'm going to just say this. Payback is a dog.
Payback is a bedbug, Salakia.
Payback.
Bro, you got that story.
Kawakan. This is from theguardian.com, right? It says bedbug crisis sparks political row in Paris as insect scourge continues.
Wait, Barack, you got to read that title one more time, because remember, France used pesticide on Martinique people, knowing it was poisonous, knowing they would have cancer, knowing their water was going to be affected. Now, years later, decades later, we're watching what the Most High is doing to France.
Karawakan. Bedbug crisis sparks political row in Paris as insect scourge continues.
Good, man. And what are bed bugs? Bed bugs are these bugs that they get into the crevices of fabric, right? It's a bug that, listen, this is a vampire bug. It gets into the crevice of fabrics and it bites you. And when it bites your skin, it's looking to drink your blood. That's what it's feasting on. It's feasting on your blood as you sleep, right?
Right. It's a human flea.
It's a human flea. Like, good night. Like, listen, it's a flea. It's a bug that, to a point where you gotta listen. If you have bed bugs, it's a whole process. You damn near have to burn the things that you have to get rid of a bed bug, right? I know someone who had a bed bug, who had bed bugs before, and they had to encase their bed with it's like a casing, like a fabric casing, and you zip it up and you put the bed in there, and the bed bugs eventually starve, right? But if it's not just in your bed and it's on your couch, what are you gonna do about it, right? You got to get rid of that couch. You can't encase the couch. You got to get rid of the couch or possibly burn the couch. And now these bed bugs are spreading. So Barak, you can keep reading.
Khan. Disgust spreads across country as travelers post videos apparently showing insects on Paris public transport.
Good, nice. So it's damn near on the transit too. It's on the buses. It's on the trains. They can't escape it. This is a pestilence. The Lord is sending pestilence against France, right? Come.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the plagues of Egypt. How Egypt was plagued with like frogs throughout the Egyptian land, locusts. France is being plagued with bed bugs. Like the bed bugs are supposed, but the reason why we call them bed bugs is they're usually found in the crevices of your bed. But these bugs are found throughout the city of Paris, all over. Not only fabric, in the metro, in the Kawakan.
Hey, France, you made your bed, now sleep. That's what you got to do. You made your bed, now sleep in it. Sleep in those bed bugs for the crimes you've committed against the children of Israel. That's what you got to do.
If I keep reading, right, it says, France's growing bedbug crisis has sparked a political row in Paris City Hall, said the invasion of blood-sucking insects must be tackled before next year's Olympic Games, and the transport minister summoned train and bus operators to prevent the bugs multiplying on seats.
Hey, Barack. There's an invasion of blood-sucking Edomites. They go and suck the life and the blood out of the children of Israel and make sure that we're going through a hard slavery. That's an invasion that needs to be stopped. It's needed to be stopped for so long, right? This is an invasion that definitely needs to be stopped.
So, like y'all, we have Officer 1000, the bottom one.
Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shemir Shabrakatah.
What's going on, other one?
I'm good. Good time to be alive and being the truth, you know.
Hey,
what a time, right? What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive and be in the truth.
What a time to be alive, to be in the truth. It's such a listen. I already told Barack I got some popcorn right now. I've been feasting on this popcorn, sipping strong. Right now I got some coffee, but I've been sipping strong while I watch the news.
Damn right.
Listen, every time I be playing a game, right? Every time they talk about a missile going off, I take a shot.
hey, you gotta be drunk.
Right. So
good.
That should let you know. But about the one, we're talking about a story about in France right now. Earlier, we were talking about how France was oppressing the island of Martinique with poverty and a pesticide that they used on the bananas they were growing. And now today, decades later, France is being plagued and overrun by bed bugs. And bed bugs are them bugs that they get you, they bite hot, and they're like mosquitoes, but they're like spiders. It's like a spider mosquito. So
yeah, man, you know the Jamaican word feet, man. Chink.
Okay, the chink though. Good night. Well, that's what Barack was reading about.
God. So,
Barack, you can get back into the argument.
Salaki. You know the Jamaican saying "Wapi kill fellow."
Right.
Well, the fellow that Wapi killed was the chink. So the Wapi kill fellow.
Yeah.
The fellow is on the clothes, because in those days, back in the days, you know, bed bugs was a common thing like mosquitoes. So
right,
they would hide in people's pockets and crevices of their clothes. And they would come out especially when you are meeting your friend. At the time they present themselves, just like the roaches. You know, the roaches, you don't want to show up until your good friends show up.
Right, they just want to pop out at any time. Right, when you're having guests over, they want to say we're here too.
Exactly. So that's how the chink get the name fellow. Isn't that little fellow on your shirt? So Wapi kill fellow now, but to kill him now, you just bam and you slap him. You hit him on the ground and you stomp on him. That's the Wapi. Right. So that was the days when they were slapping to kill chinks. So that's the term, Wapi kill fellow.
Good night.
Right now, the thing is that why is it's a crisis in France is because, like we were reading, it's not on fabric. It's not restricted to fabric. They're everywhere. They're in the buses. They're in the trains, on public transport. The bed bugs are just throughout the city. Just like the locust was in Egypt, the bed bugs are in France.
Hold on. Egypt was plagued by lice as well. Chinks are like lice.
Yeah. It's damn near the same family.
Yeah. They are bloodsuckers.
And really, what we were saying, because just like also Bajo trying to tell you before, right? We were reading about how damn near 30% of the people in Martinique are living under poverty, and that France has a big role in that, because not only did they poison the islands, they banned export on fruits coming from Martinique and Guadeloupe specifically. You know, they control the price. They play stock markets with the cost of living on the islands of Martinique and Guadeloupe, you know. And just like other oppressors, after slavery was abolished, they were compensated for the loss of income. While we stay in hell, they get compensated because slavery was abolished. So now, I was saying karma is a dog, but right now karma is a bedbug on the French mainland.
Right.
Yeah, man, the French are in turmoil. See, African countries them pulling away from it.
Right. And when I keep reading the article, we're gonna find out that it says a wave of panic and disgust has spread across the country as travelers posted photos and videos purportedly showing the insects on the Paris local transport system, high-speed trains, and at the Charles de Gaulle airport. I mean, no one is safe if they're in the airport. No one is safe.
Taking planes.
Listen, them bed bugs are about to get some passports and visas about to go everywhere.
They are ready to be exported.
Right.
It's a lot of one.
And guess where they're going? The rest of you.
A new movie with Samuel L. Jackson. Right. Instead of snakes on the plane, is bed bugs on the plane.
Good night. Nah, but about one, you're right. They're about to take over Europe, right? Listen, with everything that's going on, it's clear that the Most High is not playing around, and he's about to send Christ and the angels back sooner or later, right? You can see everyone's being pulled to war. There's pestilence, there's plagues, there's earthquakes. Hawaii was on fire. Hawaii's in the middle of the water and was on fire, and they couldn't put out the fire, right? So we're in a good time to be alive to watch the plagues roam through the earth, right? And we're watching it in live time, right? Yeah. The things that were written aforetime are for learning, and because we're in the UPK, we understand what's happening. We understand that the same plagues that went through Egypt are going through the earth today, right now.
Khan. You know the precept for that. You got the precept for that.
Which one?
The same plague that we're going through Egypt is going through now.
1 second, let me find it.
I got you.
If you have it, you could tell me which one. I'll pull it for you.
It's 2 Esdras 15.
Hold up 1 second. 2 Esdras 15.
Mm-hmm.
One second.
Slovakia, the one. I have 2 Ezra chapter 15. Which verse you want me to pull?
So tell me which one.
Hold
11, verse 11.
I have it right here. This is the book of 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before.
So you know that's not talking about Egypt in Moses' time.
Khan.
Finish it.
Khan. And will destroy all the land thereof.
So the Most High is going in for the kill, going in for the jugular.
Right.
Plagues hitting them left, right, and center. Fire. As a matter of fact, they're getting more than the Egypt plagues because all them fire and things. We don't read about the fire in Egypt.
Right.
Look at the fire that burned on Hawaii the other day. And you know, next year you're gonna have worse than this fire because it keep
Right.
getting worse and worse. So that's the precept as you were saying that the Most High is smiting them just like he did Egypt.
Salakia, the one. What they're saying is that as I go down to the article, they're saying they're looking for countermeasures. I mean, there's no countermeasures against the Most High.
Well,
You know,
I mean, first of all, they're not just like in Egypt. They're not accepting that it is from the Most High.
right?
So they are going to rely on their. In Egypt, they relied on their gods. Now they're relying on same gods, but they're doing it under the band of science.
Karawakan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know another thing that's crazy, Adwan, is that when I go down to the article, it says the deputy mayor of Paris, Emmanuel Grégoire, told French TV, "No one is safe." They know they ain't running away from the place. They said no one is safe, and I'm not, you know, I'm not paraphrasing. It says no one is safe. They can't run away from the Most High.
Them bite hotter than mosquito now.
Yeah.
And they
You know,
actually cut your skin and suck your blood.
and
Mm-hmm.
even when they're saying that you can catch them anywhere and bring them home and not detect them in time until they have multiplied and spread. So by the time you actually see that you brought one bed bug home, your home's already infested with like 20, 50 of them. You don't even know it.
Yes, that is why you start to see them because the way they're staying gets so crowded that they are going out to either search for a new place
Right.
or you have to just give where they are a walk because too much of them is there.
Karawakan. And
Right.
you know how bad it is right now is that they already spread it outside of France, Ottawa. Some of these bed bugs made it to Martinique already, you
No,
know.
but they're not supposed to go Martinique. They're supposed to go other places in Europe.
No, but why I'm saying that is because um it could be like either it could be French Benjamites going back to the island, or it could just be devils who own land over there or go on vacation and they bring it over there. Just
Yeah.
like um, just like the story of AIDS in Martinique, it's
Mm-hmm.
actually two devils who went to Martinique and started spreading AIDS over there. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and that should just be a lesson for brothers and just to not sleep with heathens because now that's how AIDS started spreading in Martinique because of two devils. And now, you know, because they don't
But
have the truth, I mean, they still want to gather with other nations, and there
ah,
you go.
there you go. So the time is coming now where our people are will even the ones who didn't want to believe is now gonna realize that for my safety I can't go around these people.
Khan. And
And
Salaki, if I
then
may add on this, the way you
yeah,
said it, right? For my safety, I can't go around these people. That was the mindset of damn near the whole planet Earth during COVID. But
right.
we should have been having that mindset all the time, COVID or no COVID. And that's how we will remain, well, not necessarily remain safe, but we need the truth as well to remain safe under the Lord's protection.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
If I
Right.
go down a bit, that's pretty much
So
it in the article.
And the monkeypox. Remember who the monkeypox hit first again? It was them devils. That even the black gays seem to be afraid to go around them.
Karawakan, and you know, let's just stay away from the heathen and the heathen culture. And then if
Mm-hmm.
anything happens to us, you could try to be like, maybe we did something. But until then, it's like if we're still around heathens and heathen culture, we should expect anything could happen at any time
Right, right.
because we disobey the Most High. We're told to be separate, yet we gather with we gather with everyone but our own people. That's the craziest part. And then we complain that you know things happen to us.
Right, right. You see, we are, and then, but the most I think is the same thing here. Yes, it says with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm. Yes, that mighty hand is them plagues. Stretched out arm is we being not affected by those plagues.
Kind of.
Right.
But that's pretty much it for this article. Also, Zabari, you want to jump into the next story?
God, we could definitely jump into the next story. Again, France, you made your bed, now sleep in it. That's what you have to do for all the crimes you've committed against the children of Israel, right? We got a next story. As we know, we are in the midst of World War III. It's creeping up on us, right? And it's a good thing for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's going to force us to understand who the enemies of our people are, and also that it's time for us to come together. We're going to need each other more and more, right? Because as you can see, the heathens stick together, right? If heathens are sticking together, it's time for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to stick together. We got a story where you're going to find out from the devil, right? The so-called Caucasian man, that he's not willing to feed his enemies, right? So this is going to let you know that everything the Christian church taught you was wrong about thinking you could go and love the people that oppress you, when the people that oppress you do not love you, right? So I got a story we're going to go into. It's a little clip. We got to watch it. Give me a moment so I can share the screen. Let me get it ready. Oh, this new setup is Tawab. They got a whole new setup thing for this StreamYard. That's Tawab. It's not like before.
I'm gonna wait till I get my computer next month, and hey, it's on.
Yeah, so this is the clip we're about to watch, right? This is from Sky News, and it's with a reporter. He's talking to a devil about if the Israelis would they feed the Palestinian children, right?
Life support and babies and incubators whose life support and incubator will have to be turned off because the Israelis have cut the power to Gaza.
Are you seriously keep on asking me about Palestinian civilians? What's wrong with you? Have you not seen what happened? We're fighting Nazis. We don't target them. Now, the world can come and bring them anything they want. If you want to bring them electricity, I'm not going to feed electricity or water to my enemies. If anyone else wants, that's fine. We're not responsible for them.
This is the point.
But you
this
keep
is the
on.
point.
I want to tell you, listen to me right now.
Voice, and we're trying my program. This is my show, and I am asking the questions. You're raising your voice, and I've asked you, and we've already stopped, please, and let me finish. We've already distinguished between Hamas.
I want to tell you, shame on you.
You're trying to speak over.
We are not. Shame on you.
It's nothing about shame. We're trying to have a conversation about a very serious situation here, and you are refusing to address it.
Jump over immediately, and again,
absolutely not. You are incorrect.
They are responsible, because I can tell you that when the UK,
absolutely
when Great Britain was fighting the Nazis during World War II, no one asked what's going on in Dresden. It was the Nazis targeting London, and you targeted Dresden.
Listen.
Shame on you.
All right, so that was a clip. That was a clip. We might have to watch it again. We could definitely watch it again, right? Because this reporter is talking to this Israeli man, a Caucasian man, and he's asking him basically about the situation where Palestine, they cut off the electricity, right? They cut off the electricity and the internet. Now listen, we have to state this. We have no dog in this fight. this only benefits Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? But you can see how these oppressors operate, and they've operated the same way against the Palestinians, how they've operated against so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, except the Palestinians are free men, so they're able to go to war and fight. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're not able to go to war and fight these oppressors right now because they've beaten us down so much, right? We have to wait for our king to come and save us. We have to wait for the orders that the Lord gives out to our king, and our king will command the angels to come and save us, right? So in the meantime, we got to gather together. But he's asking these oppressors about electricity, right? You got to wonder, why did the Israelis cut the internet off of the Palestinians, right? It's like you have a police in your neighborhood and he wants to cover up his body cam, right? So you're not going to be able to hear the other side of what is actually happening in the war. You're only going to see the Israeli side of what they want to show you. And the Israelis basically saying like, yo, these people are terrorists. They're killing our children. And on the other hand, the Israelis are killing the Palestinian children, right? They're unaliving them, right? So we're going to watch this. Barak, you got anything you want to say? You could jump in at any time. We're going to watch this one more time. Okay.
There was damn near outrage against the Kemet killer, Captain Tazariak, about the clip when he said, you know, I would not feed the African children. But where is the outrage now when the Israeli man is saying, I'm not providing anything to the Palestinians?
Right.
Like, the world is want to be mad at us because we want to focus on our people and not give a damn about the heathen nations who are enemies that are oppressing us. But where's the outcry against the Adam Sandler's people? Where's the outcry against
There's no outcry. Again, there's not going to be no outcry. That's because of the Christian church.
Kind of a
In the Christian church, Christ is white. In the Bible, Christ is black. Right? The Christian church has taught the earth to love Caucasians. Right? To love the people of Edom. So what happens is when they are going on the offensive or when they are terrorizing people, everyone turns a blind eye to it because in the Christian church, Christ is white. So they look at Caucasian people like they're holier than thou, like they could do no wrong, right? Now, at the same time, the Christian church has taught Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that we're supposed to love our enemy, totally not understanding the context of what was being said. When we were taught to love our enemy, it was taught brothers. If two brothers are fighting and they become enemies, they're supposed to love each other. It doesn't mean you go and love a nation that is going to war with you, right? The Christian church wants you to love the heathens that are oppressing you. This heathen is saying that he's not loving his enemies. I'm going to play it one more time for everybody who didn't watch it.
Before you play, why the church should have been now? This is a perfect opportunity for the church to minister to Israel. You minister forgiveness to us. Go and minister to them.
Right.
Yeah.
The church should be in the UN telling Israel turn the other cheek.
Exactly. So the church is missing an opportunity, man.
Good.
Go and tell the Israeli to turn the other cheek.
Damn right.
Right.
But you see that this man,
this tape real quick.
This man, the man who is getting enraged, you know, is what is bottling up inside him, because what the media is doing is giving him the opportunity to formally address these things. But he hates the Palestinians so much that he is not able to contain himself. Say, well, we're not feeding them because X, Y, Z. You understand? But these are the same people who, when a white cop shot a black man, they will come to the family and tell them to forgive.
Right.
Yeah. Can go ahead and play it again. Let me hear it again. You can't make it any bigger.
Yeah, I could try it. 1 second. See if I can make it a little bigger on this. Damn. Let's see if I could try to make it any more bigger. I'm not sure.
The size not increasing. What are you playing on? A computer? Ah, you got it.
Yeah, I'm playing it off YouTube.
No, the device is a computer or
who are on life support and babies and incubators, whose life support and incubator will have to be turned off because the Israelis have cut the power to Gaza.
Are you seriously keep on asking me about Palestinian civilians? What's wrong with you? Have you not seen what happened? We're fighting Nazis. We don't target them. Now, the world can come and bring them anything they want. If you want to bring them electricity, I'm not going to feed electricity or water to my enemies. If anyone else wants, that's fine. We're not responsible for them.
This is the point.
But you
this
keep
is
on.
the point.
I want to tell you, no, listen to me now. I've heard you enough.
No,
I got
not responsible for them. City or water. Now, the world can come and bring them anything they want. If you want to bring them electricity, I'm not going to feed electricity or water to my enemies. If anyone else wants.
Right. So that's what I wanted to play for everybody, right? He's saying he's not going to give his enemies water or electricity, right? These are the same people who are crying about their children being killed or unalived innocently. Now they're unaliving the so-called innocent children of the Palestinians, right? And he's saying, listen, he doesn't care if Palestinian children are on incubators. He doesn't care if someone's in the hospital in Palestine saying if they don't have electricity and they're going to be unalived in the hospital because they don't have electricity. He doesn't care. He only cares about his people, as he should, right? So what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are supposed to do is only care about yourself, right? Meaning only care about your people, right? Don't be out there praying for either side because none of these sides care about you. They've never prayed for you. You've never seen a Palestinian person say, listen, those Mexican children are trapped at the border and Venezuela is poor right now and people are fleeing to America. America let them in. You've never seen the Israeli people say the Haitian people at the Texas-Mexico border need food, right? They don't care about you. If they don't care about you, you're supposed to care about you. Who's going to care about you? Only yourself and the I.S.U.P.K.
Right. Well, what he's talking about, that Israel bomb about 3 hospitals down there in Gaza.
Right.
Oh, God.
And it's not mistake.
Right. And now this is crazy because our oppressor is such a devil. After he bombed everything, he turns around and tells the people you should try to escape after the bombs are going out. Like the bombs are already landed, the exits are already blocked, and he's saying try to escape.
Shit. He only said that because the international community had started talking.
Khan.
Right. And this is what's been happening for decades over there.
Exactly. It's not just, it's the first Hamas is able to hit back. And they are upset.
Right. 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 And now listen, these nations are definitely choosing sides. You have Iran. Iran said they're joining, Yeah, the Taliban saying they're joining. When you go to Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, you find out that Russia, Iran, and Ethiopia are going to join, and Eritrea, which is just another tribe of the Ethiopians, right? Eritrea, another tribe of the Ethiopians, they already have a deal with Russia. They're already hand in hand with Russia, right? We're getting closer and closer and closer. Most High in Christ, Barak Atah Yahweh Yahweh Shai,
right? It's Salakia. Just the bottom one said earlier.
2 weeks ago, we didn't. No one saw this.
Karawakad.
Right.
Hey, Salakia, just like also Abadawan said earlier, what a time to be alive.
Glorious time to be alive, man.
Yeah, this is definitely a time to be alive. First, you know what? We need to give Commanding General Yahanna a hand. Give Commanding General Yahanna a hand for raising us up, right? For raising us up and keeping the truth for so long. Because if it wasn't for him, I don't know what we would be doing right now. We'd probably be going crazy trying to join these wars or something, or not even care and just go on like average blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The average of our people just don't care about what the hell is going on. They don't even watch the news outside of what's going on in their city.
Right.
Really, right? So we definitely have to give Commanding General Yahanna his props for holding on to this truth. Because now we understand exactly what's going on. We understand the oppressors. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning thereof, right? So that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing Esau's kingdom, the start of Esau's kingdom come to an end. And it's a glorious thing to watch.
The beginning of the end, man. Huh.
Right.
Salakia, the one. If you could, after play the clip, I uploaded to Canada, to Toronto's page.
You had another clip. Let me find it.
Come on. You're gonna show also about one.
Find it. Oh, is that the one with the lady in Montreal?
Karawakan.
Yeah, let me get right. Good night. 1 second. Let me get it right. I gotta fix it up. Barak, you can take over for a second. Do you guys want this clip played again?
Kawaka, you can play it one more time.
Right.
Okay.
Who are on life support and babies and incubators, whose life support and incubator will have to be turned off because the Israelis have cut the power to Gaza.
Are you seriously keep on asking me about Palestinian civilians? What's wrong with you? Have you not seen what happened? We're fighting Nazis. We don't target them. Now, the world can come and bring them anything they want. If you want to bring them electricity, I'm not going to feed electricity or water to my enemies. If anyone else wants, that's fine. We're not responsible for them.
This is the point.
But you
this
keep
is
on.
the point.
I want to tell you. No, listen. You listen to me right now. I've heard you enough.
No, I understand. We're trying to have a conversation here. Listen, this is my program. This is my show. And I am asking the questions. You're raising your voice, and I've asked you, and we've already stopped, please, and let me finish. We've already distinguished between Hamas.
I want to tell you, shame on you.
You're trying to speak over me.
We are not. Shame on you.
It's nothing about shame. We're trying to have a conversation about a very serious situation here, and you are refusing to address it.
Jump over immediately. Responsible, because I can tell you that when the UK, when Great Britain, Dresden, it was the Nazis targeting London, and you targeted Dresden. So shame on you if
He's only behaving like that because he's interviewed by a black man.
Colonel Khan. Salakin, if I may, right? So we don't stand with the state of Israel. We don't stand with the Palestinians either. But just to show how much of an evil monster our oppressor is, he said at the beginning of the video, there are babies in incubators in Palestinian hospital. He said he doesn't give a damn. We just cut off the electricity, and if the babies get unalive, they get unalive. It is what it is. That's basically what he's saying. Anyone who wants to bring help to Palestinians, go ahead. But we're not going to help them. We're going to unalive as many as we have to. That's basically what he's saying.
All right.
You know?
Allow me to bring you back a couple of years ago to Desert Storm. Remember Operation Desert Storm? When they were giving an account to American Congress, and the lady get up and start crying and say, them something with the hospital, and they went into that area that they have the baby, and they take the babies out the incubators.
Good night.
And American things say, what? That's outrageous. The blah 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 blah. War. So now American friends are doing that to another nation. America is quiet. They're just using narrative. Well, put it this way: war drums. They're just beating their war drums. And most support. What you're seeing happening, this war is dividing the world more than the Russia-Ukraine war. Way more.
Right. We're saying Christ for that.
Way more.
And it's only going to get worse from there.
Yeah.
You know, like I said at the beginning of the show, like they thought after COVID, life is going to go back to normal. Well, this is the new normal. Pestilences, natural disasters, all types of plagues, war throughout the whole planet Earth. This is the new normal. And it's only going to get worse from there. Don't expect it to die down. Expect it to get worse. That's why since 1969, under Commanding General YAHANNA, we've been trying to wake up our people and tell them that they need to separate from all the heathen nations and gather together as one under the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, the only safe haven for so-called Negroes, Latinos, and indigenous people of the America. Also in the I.S.U.P.K, no one is safe.
Well, you know, all right. I'm glad you said that, because what I was just opening my mouth to say just now is that we have to adopt the life of a soldier. Meaning, not just only when we go to camp, we're going to have to start just live like a soldier, because it's going down. I remember what General YAHANNA said, there's going to be a race war.
Damn right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about if it's going to happen or if it could happen. It's when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
Is it? They're hoping that this would be another Desert Storm, or another. What do you call the operation in Afghanistan?
I forgot the name. I know exactly what you're talking about. I forgot the name out of one.
Desert Storm was Iraq. So it's just a matter of time.
Kind.
This let us. It's a part of their plan, because they need to get rid of Iran and Syria. That's their plan. So Persia is up to them. Persia is a threat, and Syria. Well, Syria have what they call them
ISIS.
No, there's another group down there
in Syria.
Yeah.
I think it's in Lebanon, they have the Hezbollah, and in Syria, they have ISIS.
So ISIS really came from Iraq, you know, so they're reaching Syria now. Oh, they have ISIS fighters there.
I mean, ISIS really spread it throughout. It spread everywhere. There's Ishmaelites. There's ISIS, and it spread it through Europe and in the Americas as well.
Right.
Yeah, even in the Caribbean. When my brother went to Martinique like 5 years ago, there are ISIS supporters in Martinique.
What?
There are Ishmaelites everywhere. So wherever there are Ishmaelites, there's an ISIS supporter. And there's what they call
I'm yet to see them in Jamaica. I hear that they are here.
They're here for sure. It's like even in countries like Trinidad and Guyana, where they have a big Muslim community because of the East Indians or the Coolies, they have ISIS supporters as well. You know, and also, correct me if I'm wrong on one, but they have a term, I think it's called the sleeper cells, where they're just waiting for the green light. Right. We have that all around the world, whether it's ISIS, whether it's the Russian, whether it's the Chinese. We have sleeper cells all across the world, all across the globe.
Let me give you a little story, which could probably define the Jamaican scenario. You remember a couple of years ago, there was a Jamaican that they deported. I think it was from Trinidad. They deported that, saying that he was he used to train men for suicide bombing.
Good night.
So I remember his name Abu Bakr or what. But they deported him to Jamaica. And people were saying, "Geez and peace, they put in a terrorist to Jamaica." A couple of years after he was being deported, one of them news agency came to Jamaica to interview him as to his life in Jamaica now. The day that they caught him, he wanted to journey to Kingston.
Right.
I think he was in Westmoreland. He said being in Jamaica, it's a terrible life for him. No one wants to speak to him, not even the Muslims in Jamaica. So the day that they were interviewing, he had a big bag on his shoulder, so they asked him where he was going. He was in Westmoreland. He said he wanted to go to Kingston, and it seemed as if he's going to have to walk because not even the taxi they want to pick him up.
So like, man,
he became so isolated. He couldn't even get a bus to take him where he wanted to go. He had to walk or stay where he is. And in the community, not even good morning they don't tell him. Not even good morning.
So like, if I may, you know what's crazy about that is that the fact that he was accused of, training men from suicide bombing, not even the Muslim community wants him. The crazy part is that a lot of Muslims, even some that I know, are trying to say that those so-called terrorist acts, suicide bombing whatsoever, it is not a part of Islam. Islam is a peaceful religion. It's almost seems like they forget about the whole history of how Islam came about. Islam spreaded outside the Arabian Peninsula by the way of the sword. Whoever would not convert to Islam was getting their head chopped off.
Just like Rome.
Exactly, just like Rome. Just like the Christians. Christianity and Islam are just two sides of the same coin. So at the end of the day, you understand, they have to own up to it. Take accountability, own up to it.
Yeah.
There is nothing good. I mean, first of all, Islam in the first place is just it's just a bootleg version of what is. It's just a bad bootleg of the Bible. Because their prophet, copied everything and remixed it his own way and created the Quran. He didn't have no message. He didn't speak to no angel. He was good night. I was speaking to Ishmael I know in the world. He was trying to justify the fact that he married a 6-year-old, you know, saying that it was contractual. It was not carnal. I was like, yeah, you know what? I didn't have time to break it down to him because I was on break, but I was like, good night. They trying to justify everything they do. But just own up to it and just say that Islam is a, you know, it's La'atoa. Salakia.
Islam is definitely not for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's clear, right? If I could, what you see with Islam is their God is not with them. All that rock worshiping they do, all that pilgrimage to Mecca, and they're getting blown to listen. They're getting blown to bits out there, and that's what Islam is. Islam is nothing. It's nothing. It's not going to save blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You look at a place like Philadelphia in the United States. You look like at a place like Chicago. They've been in that Quran for a very long time, for decades, and the murder rate and the drugs and the drug usage amongst blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who are caught up in Islam just keeps on happening. It keeps on going up. Islam is a religion for drug dealers, where you can go and sell as much dope as you want, and then go 35 times a day, and everything's all right. And you can go back and sell as much dope. You got people who say they're Islam, right? They say, I'm a Muslim. And they'll say, I'm fasting. And you'll be asking them, you're fasting? And they'll be like, yeah, but they're fasting while they're selling drugs in a trap house. Talking about, I'm fasting, I'm not eating today, but they're selling dope. And they're selling dope to Native Americans within Canada, within the United States. Selling dope to Hispanics and so-called Negroes.
Because they don't know the purpose of fasting.
Right.
They know not the purpose of fasting.
Right. So I got a next clip. This is a story out of Montreal, right? As you can see, as this kingdom comes to an end, these nations are going to rise against each other. It's going to be nation against nation, right? And in this clip, you have an Edomite woman driving, and she sees a Palestinian woman protesting, right? The Palestinian woman protesting the war going on and the occupation.
Really, what it is that she just seen a woman while driving, and that Ishmaelite she's seen, we're not sure if it's a Palestinian or not, but she has a Palestinian flag on her car, and that's really why she started going off on her.
Right. So she sees a woman who has a Palestinian flag, right? And she starts going off. And this is to let you know, all these oppressors, the theme of this show is damn near all these oppressors are the same. They all think alike. They all have their mind on unaliving someone. If this woman driving this vehicle could unalive this woman and get away with it, she would have. Right. So I'm gonna play the clip for you. And then we'll go into it. The clip's about 39 seconds long. I'll play it the first time. I'll probably play it more times so everyone can watch it and hear it.
Lauren Wise, that's my Instagram. Officer Lauren Wise, you should be raped and dragged through the streets in front of your kids. That's okay, thank you. You're addressing Hamas, a terrorist. Thank you. Thank you for your name. Thank you. Have a nice day. I think you should fucking, all of you fucking idiots who think that it's Palestine against Dans l'enfant, cette folle, elle vient, elle est en train de m'attaquer. I'm not attacking you. Elle est en train de m'attaquer. Ok, t'as un problème, ma chérie. Viens. Ok, c'est good. Ok, thank you. Ok. You don't understand what's going on. Okay. Lauren Wise.
Good
that's
night.
my Instagram. Lauren Wise, you should be raped and dragged through the streets.
And that is your oppressor right there. That is the spirit of the oppressor right there for you.
It's a lot, Yadwan, if I may.
God.
This just shows how much of an evil and vile monster our oppressor is. She said,
right.
I'm just gonna pay. I'm not gonna use the same exact terminology she used, but she told this Ishmaelite, you should get sexually assaulted and dragged through the streets in front of your kids. That's what she told the Ishmaelite. Like, no matter how we think of our oppressor, because we're angry because we've been in chains for like 500 years, you understand? You're never going to hear us say anything remotely similar to what she said to the Ishmaelite. Because we know better, especially under Commanding General Yahanna. But just like you said, this shows the spirit of our oppressors. Like, if she could,
the question is she a little happy?
Salakia, when we don't know exactly, but she's a devil regardless.
Good night. Listen, bottom line, were you able to hear the clip?
Salakia, when you're on mute.
You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Oh, Salaki. I'm gonna send you a link in the private chat. So you click on it, and I want you to bring that. It's an article. I want you to bring it up.
Okay, I'll bring it up. Were you able to hear the clip that we just played?
I heard it. I heard her. Well, it some part of it because it's a bit remote, but yeah, I understand what she was doing. She was going off on her enemy. Okay. Hold on, it's not her enemy. She's not even sure if it's her enemy. She was going off on somebody who was supporting her.
So
it's Salaka, if I may.
Right. So I'm
gonna play it one more time. If I may.
Yeah.
Also about the one, the reason really why it's going viral is because that devil told that Ishmaelite woman that she should be, that her and other people like her should be sexually assaulted and dragged through the streets in front of their children, which she's gonna say at the beginning of the video.
Yeah, I'm about to play it right now.
So you can see why they were so cruel during slavery.
Kawakad, even worse.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? This is something we've always said. The oppressor's woman, his daughter, is worse than him. The oppressor's daughter is a horrible person. And this is for all you brothers who think you can get with a cave Becky, with a snow roach, and think that she's actually going to love you. Right?
Snow roach.
The oppressor's daughter is a horrible person.
Real quick before you play the clip, if she could have made it happen, the action that she spoke about, she would have made it happen.
She would.
Right. Right. That's definitely right. Abadowan, you were saying something?
No, you were talking about the snow roach. So I said, what I call them, snow bunnies.
Snow bunnies, snow roach, cave mutts.
I call them snow roaches now, man. That snow bunny term is I find it obviously we're in the truth, so this doesn't apply to us, right? But them brothers who use it, because they're trying to find a way to so like they look at these women like these Edomite women like it's the Playboy Mansion or something like that. They're looking for a way to get their rocks off with them. I'm gonna keep calling them snow roaches because I don't find them pretty at all. A roach is disgusting to me. People like to make bunnies fuzzy and say they're cute and stuff like that. No, these are roaches. This is a whole roach right here. When you move the fridge and the lights have been off for a long time, you see the white roach move from behind the fridge. That's what this is. That's what she is. She is not no bunny. Salakia.
She's a cave mutt.
So I'm gonna play this one more time.
Lauren Wise, that's my Instagram. Officer Lauren Wise, you should be raped and dragged through the streets in front of your kids. That's okay, thank you. You're arresting Hamas and terrorists. Thank you. Thank you for your name. Thank you. Have a nice day. I think you should fucking all of you fucking idiots who think that it's not fighting because I'm off, it's fine,
Right, so now, okay. They showed a clip of what the woman, you know, like when it's World Cup, you put the flag outside of your car and you drive around, right? Like that's basically what this woman is doing, except it's just wartime right now. And she looked at that flag and said, "You're Hamas." Good night. This is to let
you know what's funny,
how oppressors truly think and feel about it.
So like, for me, you know what's funny? The way you just said that, it's like, you know, just like during the World Cup, she just, you know, showing the flag, whatever. But because it's wartime, it's like, you know, okay, you're picking the side of Palestine and Hamas, whatever. Yesterday, right before our scripture breakdown class, me and Officer Adio went to A&W get some food. There was the Amalekite. He seen my UPK jacket, right? And he seen Officer Adio's hoodie. He's like, what did he say? He said something like, "Oh, I support y'all. Thank you for thank you for siding with us." And it's like, what are you talking about? Then we had to make him repeat himself. You know, he's like, "Thank you for sympathizing," or I forgot what term he used. I'm like, "Oh no. Listen, we don't support Palestine, but we don't support Israel either." They broke it down to him. You're the devil the Bible speaks of. You're not the real chosen people of the Most High. You're a bastard. You're a bastard that dwell in Ashdod. What are you talking about? You know? Then he had to and then he started acting like a good slave. Was holding the doors for us, was being courteous and everything. Like Most High in Christ, this is a piece of heaven right here. And we told him, get used to it. You know, because if you make it through World War III, I mean, you're gonna have to get used to that. You understand? Salakia.
Now you see this. That woman don't know this side of her Israeli government. It is Israel who was one of the big funders of Hamas. You remember the organization, the Palestinian Liberation Organization? Remember Yasser Arafat?
Khan.
Yasser Arafat was Palestinian Liberation Organization. So in order to counter PLO, Israel fund Hamas so that they would come out to fight with PLO. Now PLO is nowhere near in the picture. It's only Hamas. So they are taking out Hamas. It's their game plan, man. It's just that it's going to backfire.
Right.
Salakia, when it already backfired.
I pulled up this article that you wanted me to pull up for you.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Israel funding Hamas. You can read some part of it.
So Salakia, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like the way Osama bin Laden was working for the CIA until it backfired. Just like when before they unalived Saddam Hussein was not, I mean, he was, if I'm not mistaken, an ally of the U.S. to a certain extent until they had to unalive him.
Right.
So it always, whenever they try to, you know, put their influence outside the U.S., it always backfires.
Yes.
Whether it's the U.S., whether it's Britain, whether it's France, whenever they put their influence anywhere outside their own land that they stole, regardless, it always backfires.
Right. They build Gaddafi in Libya. They build Saddam Hussein. They build Idi Amin in Uganda.
Kawakan.
I understand they built ISIS. And now we're learning that they built as Hamas.
Damn right.
Mm.
All right, so I could definitely read some of this article for us, right? How Israel went from helping create Hamas to bombing it. Hamas has roots watered by Israeli funding, former military governor of Gaza admits. Hold up. Hamas would not exist in its current form without Israeli involvement, highlights a recent piece published by The Intercept. The article by Medea Hassan, a British-American broadcaster, and Dina. So I'm not gonna try that. A multimedia journalist based in New York suggests that Hamas, an acronym for the Islamic Resistance Movement, creation was largely influenced by resources provided by Israel. Good night. Hold up, let me get rid of that.
He said, this isn't
a conspiracy theory. The Intercept article reads. Right. This isn't a conspiracy theory. The Intercept article reads. The article refers to comments from Israeli officials such as Brigadier General Yitzhak Chavez, a former military governor in Gaza. Chavez reportedly stated his part in financially aiding the Palestinian Islamist movement, viewing it as a counterweight to the secularist Palestine Liberation Organization and the Fatah Party, led by Yasser Arafat, who himself referred to Hamas as creature of Israel. Good night. Breaking this whole thing down. The Israeli government gave me a budget. Sejev confessed to a New York Times reporter. Damn. And the military government gives to mosque. Salaki Al-Badawan, you want me to keep reading?
I think we'll get the picture. They're just telling you how they do it.
Right.
He was a brigadier general down there. They gave him a budget. When the money come to him, they would give the money to the mosque. So Israel bombed some mosques down there. Maybe it's the ones that they built. they bombed some mosques in Gaza.
Right.
It was the one that they gave funding to build. Yes, I just want to bring that out. So that lady who's cursing the woman for supporting Palestine, maybe she should get the facts. Her government was a bigger supporter to Hamas than this woman who is carrying the flag.
Right. Her government was definitely a big support, and just like you said, like this is how it always goes. The people in power will create something, right? And then when they're done with it, as soon as they have no more use for it, they're gonna disregard it. They're gonna throw it out in the trash. With Hamas, they know that they're oppressing those. Turn around now and make it seem like Hamas is the bad people. Like Hamas is the bad guy. Like whatever Hamas is doing is terrorism, right? Now, given I don't know what Hamas is doing, I'm not for either side, right? But it's convenient how now, after they've created them and after they've gotten everything they've needed out of them, they're going to disregard them and paint them as the bad guys.
Exactly. And just take Gaza Strip.
Right.
They're just gonna take Gaza Strip now.
Kanawakan.
That's why they're telling the people to relocate. That is why they are killing citizens. You know what I mean? You want the land, you don't run them off, you kill them out. If you run them off, they will be out there saying it's my land. But you kill them off now, they can't come and claim it. But you know, maybe by tomorrow,
right, that's definitely true, right? And you can see since the community got over there, right? Since then, they've started out with a little. It's like, okay, our oppressors. I've heard this before, right? And you can definitely understand it once I break it down. Our oppressors are a virus. They're a cancer. With a cancer, it starts off small. It starts off small, and then it keeps growing, and it keeps growing, and it keeps growing, slowly killing the things that it comes into contact with, right? And that's what them little hats, Adam Sandler's friends and family, have been doing in that land. And both of these people don't belong in the land, but they've been in there. So they started with a little bit, and slowly they keep encroaching on the Palestine borders, right? And now Palestine has had enough, right? But we could definitely jump from that. We got a couple more stories we're gonna go into, and then we're gonna call it. We could have, okay, Salakia. Let's go into Brock. You got the story of the shooting in your neighborhood, and not in your neighborhood, in your city.
Kawaka, I have the article right here, which I put also in the WhatsApp.
Okay.
So it's from the Montreal
You can
Gazette.
read the article when you're ready.
Street gang member involved in long-standing feud gunned down in Terrebonne. So basically, he wasn't unalived in my city, but he's a rapper from the area, right? He was unalived in a city, I think, what, an hour and a half away from Montreal? So he's basically said the Terrebonne police found a
but this is still
close
Quebec.
Kanawakan.
Okay.
So if I read it, it says the Sûreté du Québec, the SQ, is investigating the fatal shooting of a street gang member who was at the heart of a long-standing feud with a rival gang. The 34-year-old man was shot on Des-Seigneurs Boulevard near the corner of Vaillant Street in Terrebonne around 9:30 p.m. Monday. He was taken to a hospital where he died shortly after his arrival, said the Sûreté du Québec spokesperson Camille Savoie. Crime scene technicians are on the scene.
Right, so this is...
Slakia, come on.
I was just gonna say that's about enough for the article. This is a brother. You said earlier he's a Levite.
Kanawakan. So his rapper name is Young Dev. His name is Gordy Jean Paul. So he's a Levite, Kanawakan.
So he's a Levite brother out of Quebec, and he was rapping, and he had a gang beef with some other people, and now he's unalived.
Kanawakan. And Salakia, if I may.
Good night.
The craziest part is that with everything that's going on in the world, we're still killing each other. We need to get our
right. That's what I was gonna say.
Good night. Right. One mind, one spirit, one mind, one accord.
They will soon stop, man.
Right, and that's again the whole nation, every nation is preparing for World War III, and we're still fighting amongst each other over these inner city politics that in the grand scheme of things, don't mean anything, right? Now, given a lot of these murders or unalivings, right? These life-taking events that take the lives of young Israelite men. It's on revenge for a life that was already taken, right? It's no longer about money. Half of these politics aren't about money. Some of them are about women, right? It's not about drug territories or anything like that. It's just these brothers are going on a back and forth, right? As they would say in the cities, they're trying to put points on the board, right? And this is the Christian church's fault.
As per like what you said, they're trying to put points on the board. Apparently, this beef started because his older brother was apparently affiliated with the Crips, got unalived 20 years ago, and this beef has been going on. You know, and that's really biblical, where it says, you know, that just like you said earlier, when we should forgive our enemies. Understand, those unalivers, if they were brothers, and his side, they should forgive each other. They should understand that all this has been going on is because of our oppressor in the first place. It's right. It's not each other's fault. It's because of our oppressor that they're put in the position that they're in right now, where they have to unalive each other. You know, I'm not saying it's an easy thing to forgive one another when your family member has been unalived, but it has to be done. Otherwise, listen, it's never going to end. And we're in a time right now where we need to gather together more than ever under the I.S.U.P.K. But because these brothers don't have the truth, they don't know no better. Salaki Adawan.
Right, that's definitely heavy. These brothers don't have the truth and they don't know each other. Listen, the truth is in Montreal. It's in Quebec, right? You gotta, if you're in Montreal or Quebec or in the surrounding areas, you gotta get with Officer Adiyar and Officer Barakiala, right? Because unless you do that, these unalivings or the taking of life of the young Black, Hispanic, and Native American men is going to keep happening, right? We're going to need each other right now more than ever because these nations are setting up for World War III. The Lord is pulling them into World War III and they can't help it. They can't stop it, right? Things are, but we just showed you nations are turning on nations.
Right.
There are big protests and counter protests of Jewish sympathizers and Israeli sympathizers, and Palestinian sympathizers. There's counter protests going back and forth, and they're increasingly turning violent against each other. It's only a matter of time before you're going to see all-out madness in your streets, right? And it's time for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to gather together. That's simply what it is. It's sad that another brother, right? This brother is supposed to be at camp with us.
Damn right.
If you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, you should be in the UPK. It's that simple. If this brother listened to the words of Officer Adiyar and Baraki Allah, he would be alive today. Right? So Montreal, Quebec, y'all got an opportunity to get into the truth, right? Anybody who's watching this, if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native American, you have an opportunity to be the one reading the news article and not the article we're reading. Right? So many brothers and sisters are going to be the article that we read instead of the brothers being the one reading the article. Right? So I'm gonna leave it at that. Anybody else have anything else they want to add?
Yeah, I mean this you know what is going on. This is just like what, remember,
right? We can.
What the place name in Alabama again, where it almost turned out into a racial brawl. Well, it turned out into a racial brawl.
Montgomery.
That was Montgomery.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That Montgomery situation is going to spread, you know. That is how they are going to stop killing each other. That same race war that Commanding General speak on, when that hit, then they're gonna say, hey, what? We only have each other. We got to stick together. You think the Palestinians or the Israelis are going to come and support us? No. And whatever, there might be some of those who want to kill us all. And they're probably going to say, we are not supporting them, so get rid of them. These nations are something, man. But it's high time now that our people really wake up out of their sleep, so that they can put their foot in the truth. I mean, rise to leadership, man. I'm coming to the I.S.U.P.K. Can't be out there.
Salakia, one.
Yeah.
I don't want to cut you off, but I just got a notification because you just mentioned about race wars, right? So I got a notification of an article. This came out, which is a hate crime in Illinois, where a 6-year-old child and his mother were stabbed by their landlord because they were Muslims.
Mm.
As soon as he started talking about that, I received a notification.
Where's this out of?
Mm. So when he was renting the place to them, weren't they Muslim then?
I didn't read the article yet, so I can't really speak on it. I just received a notification where it's, you know, that's just happened in Illinois.
Right there in America.
Yeah.
California. And like we said earlier, it's about to get worse from there. Listen, this is just this is what they call a snowball effect. The snowball is not dying down, it's not diminishing, it's only getting bigger and bigger. It's getting worse from there. Best believe it. And we've been telling that since 1969.
And anytime whenever Israel going into Gaza, it's gonna be worse.
Damn right.
Yeah, the race wars right across Europe, demonstrations and things. Pro-Palestinian and pro-Israeli. Yeah. It's Saladin fighting all over again.
Okay, if I may on one, that just like you say, where their plans backfire, that plan of gathering everyone together under, you know, the Christian umbrella, Judaism, whatever the case is, it backfires. There is Ishmaelites all across the globe in Edom, in the Edomite kingdom, just protesting against Palestinians. So like posing for Palestinians.
Yeah.
You understand? And in the country that they're in, whether it's the UK, whether it's France, whether it's Australia, the devils are against those protesters. Listen, it's about to blow up to a different kind of proportion. It's gonna be the bomb, no pun intended. Salakia.
Good. Well, Salakia, we got one more story that we're gonna do. We're on the last hour, right? This is a story coming out of my city. It's about a sister who, Salakia, she is not a role model to sisters, right? And I'm talking about this story because a lot of sisters are gonna see what she's doing now as successful and try to follow her footsteps, and it's not going to work out, right? So I got a story. This is Chroma's, a self-proclaimed setup girl, a girl who would set you up to be robbed, a girl who is known to make adult film, right, in the city of Toronto, and she was casted to be on a TV show, right? Now that is definitely a lot better than her selling her body and setting brothers up to get robbed, right? But sisters are going to look at this woman as they're going to look at her if this takes off for her, which I don't think is going to pass this show, right? If this takes off for her, they're going to look at her as like the Kim Kardashian of the city of Toronto, right? Where she did adult film, she did music, and now she's getting TV spots. Right, so we're gonna play this. She's gonna talk about her role real quick. We'll play a couple seconds of it, and then we'll discuss it. And this will be the last story that we're gonna do. Hold up, 1 second. I gotta add this.
We love hip hop. If I didn't do music, I wouldn't have got the role in the series because Director X would have never heard about me. He's the one who reached out to me. He's like, "Yo, you're from Toronto. You should audition to be on my show."
Okay.
So he gave me an audition, you know?
So is that show finished being filmed? And the show that we're talking about is Robin Hood.
Yeah, season 1 is finished. I auditioned for the main role.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get it. I was like devastated.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few months later, they hit me up with the role. It's the main villain's daughter. And I'm like, this role's so much like, you know, it's more sick. It's, you know, everyone loves a villain.
Yeah.
So it was really good, you know? I was really happy about that.
Are you in every episode?
No.
Okay.
All right. There you have it. She is the villain's daughter in the show, right? And she is a woman who's known for adult film, lackluster music, and just showing her body in the city of Toronto, right? We had a concert in the city of Toronto where they did like one of those okay, if I was to make it make sense for you about one, like basically they had a Sting, right? They had a Sting or a Sands in Toronto, but it was for more hip hop, right? And she got up on stage and thought she was gonna perform her lackluster music. Now, if she does this in Jamaica, they would throw bottles at her. But because this is Canada, they just booed her off. She got like 10 seconds into her set and they booed her off. And she hasn't been seen since, really, except for she went to America to film adult films, right, with Adam 22. And now, unfortunately, she is going to be put in the spotlight again in the city of Toronto, right? They always choose the sister that's doing the worst to put the spotlight on. There are a bunch of sisters that don't live Chromaz's lifestyle, right? That are trying to act in the city of Toronto. And they don't make adult film. You don't see their naked rear end. They're not rapping. They're not doing anything like that. And they're not getting the roles. But this sister, she's getting the roles. Now we got to ask ourselves why, right? Why is she getting the roles? Why is it important to put her as a spotlight or give her spotlight for a role playing a villain, right? So if y'all got anything y'all want to say about this situation, y'all could speak on it.
Well, I said, let me answer that for you. That's how you destroy a nation.
Right.
You put the woman as role model, and two, you put the terrible ones as role model.
Damn right.
Right. That's definitely true. Okay.
I don't really have much to say. I was gonna say damn near the exact same thing also bottom one just said. That's how you destroy a nation. Not only are they gonna put the woman on the forefront as the role model, but they're gonna pick like the worst type of sister to put on the forefront as the role model. She's a sister regardless, but this is not the type of sister our daughters, sisters, cousins, whatever, our female should have as a role model. This is not the one we should put on the spotlight, in the spotlight. You understand? Right. This is Latoa. Because then our sister's gonna look at it like, well, to have a role in a TV show or movie, whatever the case is, I need to be a deviant, just like Chromaz is. With that, I have more chance in being, picked or chosen.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Right. It's definitely one of those things like, okay, this is the next thing. A lot of sisters are gonna look at this as this is the stepping stone, this is the blueprint, right? There's a lot of you might look at someone's success as the blueprint of how to be successful yourself, if that's the route you're trying to go, right? You can see it. There's another sister in America, Black China, right? And she wanted to be popular like the Kardashians, right? To a point where she went and had a devil baby. She went and had a devil baby. She went and did the surgeries. She went and made the adult film, and she is nowhere as popular as the Kardashians. She doesn't have the same amount of money, right? You see the sister, Ugly Red, the queen of STDs, right? She released her own adult tape and said it was a leak that someone hacked their thing. And it's like, this is what these sisters think. They think that they're gonna blow up off these adult tapes, these sex tapes, and they're gonna be famous and make millions of dollars, not understanding that they're about to be abused in this industry. They're about to be abused and disregarded, right? Now, listen, Lord allow this sister could Lord allow this sister doesn't go back to her former life, right? But what's gonna happen is the more she blows up, young women, young sisters are gonna look at her as this is the route to go. This is the steps that they need to take to be famous and make money. And it's just going to lead to sisters being abused. You see sisters come out all the time and say they were abused. Keke Palmer, right? When she's not on stage, showing her rear end, she's in front of the camera talking about how the brother Trey Songz abused her. Now, who knows if that's true or not? That hasn't been tested in front of the courts, but that's her story. You see a lot of sisters coming out saying, listen, we were abused. We were damn near neglected and bullied into certain situations within the industry, right? And unless these sisters have a hedge around them, they're going to be tricked. This is a trick, right? This is a way to make sisters think that the whoredom lifestyle is the way to go. When whoredom kills, right? A lot of these brothers are beefing over whores. This is a sister that reportedly set up her man to get shot. Right, and now she's on global news on the global broadcast channel with a TV show. Right, again, sisters, if you think that this is the way to go, it's not. You're setting yourself up for failure. You're going to hit that wall. This is not the way to go. Years from now, for some of you young sisters who are watching this and disregarding this, years from now, after you hit that wall, after you showed your body, after you're on the internet talking about go-go like Pinky Doll, because your sex tapes have been leaked and against your will, you're going to remember that the ISUPK under Commanding General YAHANNA told you, don't do that. Come to class, put on a long dress, come to class and have your head wrapped. Right? Now you sisters, listen, it's a terrible place to be a sister in the world right now if you're not in this school. This is a terrible time to be a sister in the world right now if you're not in the school. Right? I'm going to leave it at that. Barak or Abadawan or Barak, if y'all got anything else y'all want to add, definitely feel free. We're definitely over the time. We appreciate everybody watching, everybody who's watching. Hit the like button. Share and subscribe this to all the channels and all the social media.
You know, I hear that name Chromas before. I heard the name before.
She a young girl from.
Yeah. From where?
She's from the city. She's from my city. She blew up basically. She's been making her rounds around the celebrity. Like, she finds the celebrities. There's rumors that she was sleeping with a bunch of NBA stars. There's rumors that a young brother from California who passed away at one of his concerts, he was unalive. Someone put a knife in him. There's rumors that she was with him and she had a baby for him. that had to have an abortion. She's basically, she has a little bit of fame, but she's gotten it basically off being a whore. That's how she's gotten her fame. So it wouldn't be a surprise that you've heard her name before. She's definitely out there when it comes to young sisters that are whores.
Right.
Yeah, and she's not ugly, so I wonder why she have to do that.
Right. So if y'all don't have anything else to add, we're definitely going to be closing out. We're going to be closing out. Barack, you can close out.
Oh, God. You already know this was The Rise 1969. The water again for Officer 1000. The bottom one joining us straight out of Jamaica. You understand? Anyone in the English Caribbean, if you're in Jamaica, give a shout to Officer Bottom One, Officer Kayadwan. You understand? If you need to learn the truth, if you need assistance with anything, you understand? These are the only men that could be trusted in Jamaica right now. If you're in Trinidad, give a shout to Captain Galawan and the men under him, right? If you're in DR, it's going to be Captain Ashapariam. Just anywhere where our people is, listen, look up the I.S.U.P.K in your zone. That's what y'all have to do, really. You understand? Wherever you are, look up the I.S.U.P.K in your zone. We are the only safe haven for so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians descendant on their father's side. Of course, you have to specify it, right? Outside the I.S.U.P.K, no one is safe. And in these last days, you're going to have to learn the hard way that outside the I.S.U.P.K, no one is safe. And never forget, the oppressor is the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of. El hombre blanco, el pinche gabacho, es el maldito diablo que habla la Biblia. Tout descendant et ancêtres béqués sont les foutus diables dont parle la Bible. Et avec ça, vous dites Shalom et joie. Yahweh Shem Tam, Yahweh Shema Atam, Bashem Yahweh Shai. On se verra la semaine prochaine. We'll see you next week. Hasta la próxima, man. Shalom.
Hey, Shalom Israel.